Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Next at 11, a crime scene at a council member's home, plus commitment and chalupas. A local Taco Bell, the site of a wedding reception. Why the bride and groom say they did that.
And the latest on rain chances for Halloween Sunday, next at 11.
Do you want to sell your home, but are wary of working with an agent or dreading doing repairs? Brothers Buy Homes wants to buy your house. We buy all houses, any condition, as is. We never take any commissions or charge any fees. Need money now? We pay cash and do it fast. We will be by your side from start to finish, making the process simple and problem-free. Call us. We can help.
Right now at 11, a Halloween party takes a deadly turn. A South Bay councilwoman's home, now a crime scene.
Also headlining in more ways than one. One Outside Lands performer catching attention for his comments about San Francisco. Plus,
it's an active investigation in terms of a woman dying. She was my friend. She was my friend.
You see right there his first on-camera comments since that tragic movie set shooting, the emotional roadside interview with Alec Baldwin. The news at 11 starts now. Good evening. I'm Audrey Asistio.
And I'm Terry McSweeney. New developments tonight as Gilroy police investigate a house party that turned deadly. It happened at the home of Councilmember Rebecca Armendariz. NBC Bay Area's Marianne Favro continues coverage.
Tonight, police focused on the home of Gilroy City Council member Rebecca Armendariz. Gunfire early Saturday morning during an outdoor Halloween party at her house left a male dead and 3 other people hospitalized. Gilroy police say 2 of them have life-threatening injuries. Her neighbor told us he attended the party last night but left before the shooting happened. He says there were about 70 people there, mostly teenagers and young adults.
I had gone over there with my youngest son, and I didn't like what I saw. It was pitch black and a lot of people wearing dark clothing.
Neighbors reported hearing several gunshots and say the street was so packed with cars, first responders had a hard time getting to the victims.
There wasn't any more room for the firefighters or ambulances. They had to run in with the gurneys.
And Gilroy police confirmed that tonight SWAT teams were sent here to the corner of Church and 8th Streets in connection with the shooting investigation. We reached out to Councilmember Armendariz, who issued this statement saying, "I am thankful that my family and I, who live on Las Animas, were not hurt in this tragedy, and I pray for those whose loved ones have been touched by what has occurred. In the meantime, we are giving our full cooperation to the Gilroy Police Department in this investigation." Police say the shooting happened after several people at the party got into a fight, and at least one suspect fired a gun. Councilmember Zach Hilton issued this statement saying, "I am devastated that we have more victims of gun violence in Gilroy and that this tragedy took place at my colleague's home during a Halloween party. I have spoken with Councilmember Armendariz, and she is heartbroken right now. My office is standing by in support of her, the victims, and their families." In Gilroy, Marianne Favro, NBC Bay Area News.
Speaking of Halloween parties gone bad, there was one near Sacramento last night that turned into a double homicide. It happened at a banquet hall. Hundreds of people showed up to an event called the Exotic Erotic Halloween Ball. About 1 a.m., someone started shooting. The gun battle started inside, spilled into a parking lot. When officers arrived, 2 men were dead at the scene. 5 others are in the hospital, expected to survive.
A sour note hung over last night's headlining act at San Francisco's Outside Lands concert. The front man for The Strokes complained about not being let into a restaurant because of an issue with his vaccine card. Julian Casablancas also took aim at the city's noise and event laws, blaming them for what he called crazy low sound levels. The band was set to play for 90 minutes, but ended up playing just an hour instead.
The crowd at Outside Lands still going strong, and so is the crowd in the Castro. Plenty of costumes on parade there. See this video from tonight. Halloween always bringing in lots of visitors, but for the first time in 15 years, the Castro even hosted a street party. Improving pandemic conditions made for a lively night before Halloween. Here's NBC Bay Area Sergio Quintana.
For years, there hasn't been any kind of an organized street event in Castro for Halloween, but this year, the organizers of this street dance event said they wanted to put together an event that was safe under pandemic circumstances. The celebration this year is a whole lot different than last year. Happy Halloween! Since San Francisco basically banned large group gatherings last year, it seems like people are making an extra effort now to let their costume creativity shine. And for the first time in a decade and a half, they actually had a place to gather and show off their creations. This event at Noe Street and Market is called Glow in the Streets. Complete with live DJs and cocktails, organizers say this is the kind of venue that is needed during the pandemic.
This is a safer, harm-free kind of way to gather our community because we're outside, and that is a safe alternative for many people in our communities as well.
This time it's like smaller, it's cuter because I could bring them and then leave, drop them off, and come back out for more.
The Halloween street fair in the Castro was canceled after 2006 when 9 people were injured in a shooting. There are lots of police out on patrol now. In the neighborhood overall, many business owners say they welcome all the people here after more than a year of pandemic restrictions. But business owners also want to remind people we're still in a pandemic.
Wear your mask where it needs to be and bring your vaccination cards because everybody's checking for it.
And they're asking people to be patient. In San Francisco, Sergio Quintana, NBC, Bay Area News.
Looking at all of that Halloween stuff, it begs the question, what's it going to be like on Halloween night? Rob Mayeda, what's the answer?
Well, the timing should work out pretty good because short term, we'll see a chance of drizzle or briefly a little bit of light rain for the morning. We're watching for that now on the Golden Gate Bridge. Nothing yet, but notice the future cast heading towards tomorrow morning. Mostly cloudy skies, and if you look closely, a little bit of drizzle or brief light rain could be possible for the morning, and then sunny breaks for the afternoon as we head into the evening hours, increasing clouds. Temperatures during the day in the low 60s around San Francisco, mid 60s out towards the Tri-Valley, and San Jose tomorrow briefly should be in the upper 60s. So this window of dry weather should hold up for evening plans, but 2 storms quickly follow. One later on tomorrow night as we get into Monday, and a second storm arrives midweek. In fact, the rain totals with both of those storms have gone up with some evening updates. We'll have a closer look at those rainfall expectations in the forecast in about 8 minutes.
Love to hear it, Rob. Thanks. If you're looking for events this Halloween, we've got you covered. Just head to NBCBayArea.com, click on Halloween Events Guide in the trending bar at the top of our homepage. You can see there on your screen what you'll be seeing. Check out Halloween events in our mobile app.
All right, Terry, new developments tonight in the investigation into the January 6 riots at the Capitol. Former President Trump is trying to block documents from being released to the committee investigating the insurrection. Documents include call logs, drafts of remarks and speeches, and handwritten notes from his chief of staff related to the violence. Former president has sued to prevent the National Archives from transmitting the information, calling the request for documents and, quote, illegal fishing expedition. The suit also challenges President Biden's right to waive executive privilege of Mr. Trump's records.
Day one of President Biden's first G20 summit now behind him. Day ended with a gala dinner with other heads of state. It happened in Rome. Earlier, Mr. Biden and other world leaders voiced their support for a global corporate minimum tax rate of 15%. A monumental agreement. Not only would the global tax be a way to pay for President Biden's Build Back Better agenda, but it would be much harder for corporations to hide their profits in tax havens. President Biden is expected to meet with the president of Turkey tomorrow as tensions rise between the two countries. Back here at home, Vice President Kamala Harris was getting her booster shot today. We're told she got a 3rd dose of the Moderna vaccine. Harris qualifies for the shot because of her duties as vice president. They put her at risk of becoming exposed to the virus.
Hundreds of thousands of COVID vaccines gone to waste. California health workers have thrown out nearly 650,000 COVID vaccine doses since December. That's according to the San Francisco Chronicle. The number represents just 1% of the total doses given out, but it's still significant, especially considering some countries are struggling to get any doses. As a whole, the U.S. has wasted an average of 4.8% of available doses. They're usually thrown out for one of two reasons. The dose was expired or it was mishandled. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at how many shots have gone into the arms of Californians. So nearly 88% of people 12 and older statewide have received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine. 71% of Californians are fully vaccinated. And when it comes to booster shots, 8.3% of all Californians have gotten an additional dose of the COVID vaccine.
In 60 seconds with an emotional roadside interview, actor Alec Baldwin speaking on camera for the first time since that tragic movie set shooting. Plus,
a lot of years together and a lot of talk about.
Beautiful couple celebrating their love for each other with their love of a popular fast food chain. We'll show you their unique wedding reception right here in the Bay Area.
And we're watching a weather system moving overhead overnight. Maybe enough for a little bit of light rain in the morning before much better chances arrive right there. You see it, how much rain we can expect for the week ahead. And we come right back.
The key deadline set to affect thousands of employees in 2 major Bay Area cities.
And mask mandates are changing for one East Bay County. We're going to tell you where you'll soon be able to loosen your mask. Join us Monday morning, 4:30 to 7.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial, plus no monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups, and get $2,250 total value on this Silverado All-Star Z71.
The x-rays from your urgent care visit look good. Just stay off that leg, okay?
What about my rec team? I'm all they got.
Next season.
Thanks, Doc. Wow. You already scheduled my PT. I love doctors who work with athletes.
Does he know you tripped over a basketball?
That's a sports injury.
At Kaiser Permanente, we make getting care easy so you can get back on the court quicker.
for the first time, actor Alec Baldwin spoke out today about the accidental shooting on the set of Rust. Baldwin fired the prop gun that took the life of Helena Hutchins.
She was my friend. She was my friend. The day I arrived in Santa Fe to start shooting, I took her to dinner with Joel, the director. We were a very, very well-oiled crew shooting a film together, and then this horrible event happened. Now, I've been told multiple times, don't make any comments about the ongoing investigation, and I can't.
That roadside interview happened in Manchester, Vermont, where Baldwin has been staying. Baldwin says the only reason he agreed to talk was so the paparazzi would stop following him. He added that he supports the idea of regulating or limiting firearms on sets.
New at 11, just days before Halloween, a San Jose family is outraged. That's because thieves stole some beloved decorations from their yard. Security cameras captured the scene early Friday morning, and you can see on the right of your screen a group taking down one of two giant inflatables. This is on McHenry Street in the Rose Garden neighborhood. The homeowner says he understands it's not a major crime, but it's a bummer for the kids.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch of bowls of candy to hand out tomorrow and no decorations. And, it's just, I've been working from home for the past year and a half and see all the kids and families and strollers going by every day. And it's quite fun to turn them on right when the kids show up and they inflate and their eyes just light up.
Well, here are what the 12-foot inflatables look like. They're certainly hard to hide. At least one neighbor has already donated money to help replace them.
A sobering reminder to be responsible and safe this weekend. Take a look at this. See that car going over and rolling and rolling. CHP posting this chopper video of what they call a DUI rollover on 80 in Vallejo yesterday. Look at the guy getting out of the car, clapping his hands over his head. Now, I don't know if that was the driver or the passenger, but the driver of that car lost control while speeding. You saw the car rolled several times. Then it caught fire. Then someone gets out, and we showed him clapping his hands. Remarkably, both people in the car were able to walk away without injuries, but not without some trouble. The driver is being charged with driving under the influence. Open house at Levi Stadium. Today, South Bay leaders gave FIFA members a tour of the stadium in the hopes it's going to be picked as a host site for 2026 World Cup matches. The World Cup is going to be hosted in 16 cities across the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. If Levi's is selected, some minor modifications are going to have to be made, and that includes replacing the grass, since a soccer pitch is different than a football field. 49ers and host committee say they're more than willing to make those necessary changes.
This is one of my favorite stories of the day. Definitely a first, and it may not be a last for one Bay Area Taco Bell. The restaurant in Pacifica has a reputation for being perhaps the most beautiful Taco Bell in the world.
It is.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh,
no
so
doubts.
beautiful. All right, so a Sacramento couple decided to host their wedding reception there. High school sweethearts got married at City Hall in San Francisco on Tuesday. Then everyone drove down the coast to the fast food joint for the reception. And they say some of the guests were skeptical, but ended up having a blast.
Uncles, aunts, cousins that weren't really sure. They kind of had some healthy skepticism.
It was kind of fun when we first walked in. There were other patrons in the store and they were cheering just along with everyone else.
The couple says the staff went above and beyond to make their day special, even decorating with a heart made out of hot sauce packets. See right there?
That's how you say, I love you.
I love you.
Yeah.
I love their hot sauce. I seriously can drink it. Like I have hot sauce with a side of, a taco.
So,
That's how
okay,
it
the
works
taco
for
is the
me.
side. You're probably noticing that the lady who loves the taco, Audrey, is new here to NBC Bay Area.
Hello.
But you're not new. You're not new to the area. You used to
No.
live near that Taco Bell.
I did, yes. I would run in that area. That was like my
You'd run for the border.
Yeah, I'd run to the border, and then I'd run back to my mom's house when I was staying with her there. So I love that area. Most beautiful Taco Bell. So yes, Bay Area, born and raised, went to SF State, we're SF State alums.
Yeah.
And I've been gone for 13 years. The last 5 years, I've been working at NBC in Boston, but I'm glad to be back.
Fantastic to have you.
Oh, thank you.
Great
It's great
to have
be
you.
back.
Yeah, let's check in with Rob Mayeda. It's always great to have him here, too.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Yeah, and welcome back, Audrey. And you missed this in Boston, a beautiful view of the Golden Gate Bridge, looking pretty good. Got no fog around the bridge right now. We might see a little bit of drizzle or brief light rain for the morning, and then skies will try to clear up a little bit heading into the afternoon. Right now, 57 degrees in San Francisco, partly cloudy skies, Livermore 54. And into San Jose, also partly cloudy, 57 degrees. So the lineup for tomorrow morning has a little bit of drizzle and light rain. We'll see that closer hour by hour coming up. Morning temperatures in the low 50s. Some clearing for the afternoon, brief clearing, late afternoon, because the clouds are going to spill back in towards the evening. Should see upper 60s south of San Jose, low 60s from San Francisco to Oakland, and more low 60s into the North Bay. So hour by hour, you can see these areas in green here in the Futurecast. That would indicate some drizzle or maybe brief light rain. Maybe as late as noon, but watch the trend here as we head into the afternoon. There's your brief clearing, and then more clouds on approach around trick-or-treat time. I do think we could see light rain in the North Bay a bit faster than what this model is showing. So there will be a window from late afternoon to evening. We're mainly dry, and then by Sunday night into Monday, you can see the rain starting to fill back in once again. Moderate rain at times for the North Bay, but nothing like we saw about a week ago. You can see here in the rainfall totals, highest impact will be in the North Bay. Most of this coming in during the day on Monday. Those areas in red, some of the coastal hilltops of Sonoma County, those numbers have come up a little bit. Could be more than a half inch to an inch of rain for northwestern Sonoma County. So there is our first rain chance. The next one may have a little more moisture with it. That's going to be during the day Wednesday into Thursday, and then we'll catch a break as we wrap up the week. So last weekend, we had a really strong atmospheric river that stalled out over the Bay Area. Now, notice these two storms do have a little bit of that moisture, but they move through very quickly, so not as much moisture, and that scoots out of here pretty quickly. But if you add up the rainfall over 4 days, it's pretty good totals, especially for early November. These are above average rain totals, 2 to 3 inches up here around Sonoma County, and generally less than a half inch of rain once you get south of San Francisco. So most of this forecast is good news. If you can get through trick-or-treat time without any rain, that's good. We need the rain at times for Monday into Wednesday, nothing too heavy. A little breezy with those temperatures staying in the low 60s around San Francisco and upper 60s as we go through the next 7 days. So rain at times, breezy at times, but I can tell you, Audrey, you're not going to be in snow and those nor'easters you've had to deal with for the last 5 years. This is a lot warmer. than what you had back there.
My gosh, Rob, I had to put away all my snow gear. Like, no more snowstorms to cover.
You can bring it back out when you go skiing at
That's
Tahoe.
true, I know. I love Tahoe so much. I'll bring it out again.
All right. Let's check in with Anthony Flores right now. And, you know, in hockey, they have shorthanded goals. This was a shorthanded team.
Yeah, a day they'll definitely for a long time, guys. It might be the best effort by the Sharks in years. How many players were out today because of COVID-19? And guess what? They still won the game. Stick around. Sports is next.
Moving the Bay Area forward.
That's why we investigate.
It's about helping people,
Digging deeper to expose the truth.
It's about challenging power, making sure your voice is heard.
and finding solutions, because progress means a better future for everyone.
NBC Bay Area's investigative unit, moving you forward. Weeknights at 6 and 11 and on all our digital platforms.
Halloween night. It's not about what's lurking in the dark, because the scariest forces on this planet make their presence known. They want you to see them coming, because they know there is nothing you can do to stop them. Sunday Night Football on NBC and Peacock.
California, a new generation of the Ford F-150 is here with a redesigned interior, over-the-air software updates, and best-in-class available towing. Right now, get 0% financing on the 2021 Ford F-150, only at your California Ford dealers.
Well, apparently you're appreciated around here.
I know, I was so shocked when I got my bonus check, but I got all this stuff and these diamonds. They're real and so heavy. Did you not get a bonus check?
No.
Hey, there's been a mistake with payroll. Not my fault.
Ha! Sorry.
Don't worry, it won't happen again. We signed with TriNet. They'll help us avoid these kind of mix-ups.
Okay, but I'm like used to this lifestyle, so.
TriNet, avoid errors. Get back to business.
Dignity. It demands that you can do simple things with ease while managing chronic pain. It demands a better understanding of your glucose levels so you can enjoy movie night, and that your heart stays connected to your doctor so you know it's beating as it should. At Abbott, we fight for these moments, developing life-changing technologies because dignity demands it.
Dyson's latest vacuum is the only one to use a laser. It reveals invisible dust. Carbon fiber filaments pick up those microscopic particles. Suction is increased when needed. This special sensor counts each particle size and gives you scientific proof. While this hyperdymium motor generates 230 air watts of suction for the most powerful deep clean. Buy direct from the people who made it.
The 2021 Ford Explorer is the SUV of the future, built for everyone. An IIHS top safety plus with an available hybrid engine to go farther on every tank. Now lease a 21 Ford Explorer XLT for $299 a month, only at your California Ford dealers.
Welcome back. I'm Anthony Flores. Hey, the Sharks were down, but definitely not out against Winnipeg. Head coach Bob Boughner and 7 players missed the game after being put on the NHL's COVID-19 protocol. The game against the Jets delayed a half hour. Assistant coach John McLean, serving as acting head coach, tied at 1 in overtime, no problem. Timo Meier banks it off the defender. The Sharks snapped their 3-game skid, beating the Jets 2-1 in OT. What a win for San Jose, overcoming so many challenges because of the virus.
No, that's definitely a feel-good win. Not only did we need to win it and get back on track, but obviously missing a lot of key guys and just having a kind of a crazy day. Just came together, and that's a big win.
To basketball, the Warriors hitting the court against the Thunder for the second time in 4 days. Draymond Green feeling himself. Check this out. Happy that Michigan State beat Michigan. And look at that alley-oop to Andrew Wiggins. They were up 11 at halftime. Second half, they blow it open. Steph Curry with the splash. He had 20 points, but didn't score in the fourth quarter for the 4th straight game. You know what? It didn't matter tonight. The Warriors beat the Thunder 103-82. All right, the 49ers are in Chicago to try to put an end to their 4-game losing streak. The Bears will be without head coach Matt Nagy, who's still in the COVID protocol. A question many want to know, is Jimmy G just one more bad game away from losing his starting job?
Yeah, I would never answer a question like that. You guys can ask it 1,000 different ways. I don't think like that. We're trying to get our team out of this losing streak. We've had 4 losses in a row. We've hunkered down this week. We're trying to get our guys back, and we're going to go to Chicago and play as good as we can.
All right, what are you doing at 9 a.m. in the morning? Watching our friends at NBC Sports Bay Area for 49ers pregame live. As I said, 9 a.m. They'll get you ready for the Bears and Niners. Then after the game, switch back over to NBC Sports Bay Area for the 49ers postgame show. Game 4 of the World Series in Atlanta. Astros up a run in the 7th. Not anymore. Dansby Swanson goes yard to tie the game at 2-2. Next batter, Jorge Soler goes... There he is, gone. Back-to-back jacks. Atlanta beats Houston 3-2. The Braves now lead that series 3-1. That's a look at sports. More news after the break.
The Xfinity Sports Desk, sponsored by Xfinity, the future of awesome.
The Bennett's really know how to put their Wi-Fi to work, whether it's work, works for me, school work, it worked, or a workout. I'm working. They've got Xfinity, which delivers Wi-Fi faster than a gig for all their devices. It's more than enough to keep everyone working. Can your internet do that? This is work. This is hard.
Learn more about gig speed Wi-Fi or get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months. Click, call, or visit a store today.
When the open road calls, Toyota is the answer. It's time to forge new paths. Find adventure at every turn and rediscover the joy in every ride. New Toyotas are arriving daily. Get more out of your fall adventures with great deals on a rugged Tacoma or powerful Tundra. All Toyotas come with Toyota Safety Sense and Toyota Care Standard. Toyota, let's go places.
Next, Kelly, I'm talking about real people making the world a better place. It's our Rad Human Hour.
Monday at 3 on NBC Bay Area.
Isn't it great to have extra space? The 2021 Volkswagen Atlas and Atlas Cross Sport have more passenger volume than Subaru Ascent and Outback. Hurry in and get 0% APR financing for 36 months, plus a $500 bonus on a new 2021 Atlas Cross Sport.
From Lincoln Center Theater that brought you The King and I and South Pacific comes a sumptuous new revival of the most perfect musical of all time, My Fair Lady. The New York Times calls it thrilling, glorious, and better than it ever was. Bartlett Shear's glowing production is enthralling. Don't miss the smashing, jubilant Lincoln Center Theater production of My Fair Lady.
Begins November 2nd at the Orpheum Theater. For tickets, visit BroadwaySF.com.
It's nice to know your blind spot can be protected. Blind Spot Monitor, standard on all 2021 Volkswagen SUVs, unlike all Honda or Subaru SUVs. Hurry in and get 0% APR financing for 36 months, plus a $500 bonus on a new 2021 Tiguan.
Take a look at this. One home in Berkeley skipped the blood and gore for Halloween decorations and went with what many would call a scarier threat, an environmental disaster. This front yard on Tremont Street was transformed into an oil spill, complete with a cardboard tanker and a stream of black running across the sidewalk. This is the home of Julie Twitchell, a longtime advocate for climate change awareness. She told Berkeley Side that she doesn't want to just spook kids about climate disasters. She included messages of hope to encourage kids to make change. Well, it is a comeback for monarch butterflies on the California coast.
Yeah, the population's been dwindling in recent years, but this year, monarch numbers are way up. Volunteer count of the butterflies at the Monarch Butterfly Sanctuary in Pacific Grove. So far, about 2,600 of them have made it to Pacific Grove this year. Last year, the entire western population was about 2,000, so it's up significantly.
Good to hear.
Saturday Night Live is next.